What's going on? Jake here with Uncommon EDC. Today we're taking a look at the Lochby watch wallet. Grab this off their website where it's currently on sale for $39, but I'm also an affiliate with Lochby, so if you use code Uncommon EDC, you'll save 10% off your purchase while also helping the channel out a bit. Now the watch wallet is exactly what you might expect. It's a case to carry and protect your watches while you're traveling, and even though it has a relatively small footprint, can fit quite a bit. Made to carry 3 watches and all the accessories you might carry with them, such as like straps, bracelets, spring bar tools, and you'll see all of that inside here as well. So while we're talking dimensions in this closed position, 7.75 inches wide, 6¼ inches tall, and even fully loaded, only about an inch thick. So pretty small footprint there. And the exterior material here is a waxed canvas. Love waxed canvas. Looks great, incredibly durable. It's weather resistant because that canvas has been impregnated with wax, so the water just kind of beads right off of it. And as you carry it, it develops this patina similar to leather, so it just looks better and better over time. Also not extremely heavy. This case unloaded weighs only 5.5 ounces, so not going to weigh down your suitcase too much, which is obviously huge consideration if you're flying with this. Now, as far as the rest of the exterior goes, available in a few different colors. So I went with the brown just to keep the continuity of my other Lochby products, which are all brown as well. But if you prefer, it's also available in black or navy. Clamshell style design. We have a YKK zipper on here, and it's color matched to it as well, with the paracord and the zipper itself being color matched. That paracord is tied off to the original YKK zipper pull, so if you want to remove that, you can do so, and you have that pull without having to replace it with something else. I know some companies do like to just clip off that and tie the paracord directly onto the mount here, and so nice to have that option if you choose to go that route. Nothing else really going on. You can see pretty plain exterior. We have the Lochby tag and then just that wax canvas all the way around. So really going to show off that patina super nicely. Before we get to the interior, I do want to talk about what's between the exterior material and that interior liner. So it's made to protect the watches inside. So you have this hard plastic liner, and then behind that some padding before you get to the interior material. And so if something hits this, the plastic liner should take the brunt of the hit, and then there's that padding to absorb a little bit more of that shock. Should keep everything inside very well protected. But let's go ahead and get this opened up. I did mention clamshell style design, so you'll be able to see everything right off the bat once we get this opened. And you can see really high vis interior with this yellow interior. Have a ripstop nylon on these pockets, but the back liner is this sort of soft velvety like material. It's kind of plush and thicker feeling to protect your gear, make sure you don't scratch it up. They don't specify exactly what it is, but it feels very, very nice. Now you can't see it, but on the interior of these pockets, it has the same material. So the only portion of these pockets that's touching your gear that doesn't have that super soft material is going to be between these two seams where it's just that ripstop nylon. Ripstop nylon's not super aggressive. It's not going to scratch up your gear either, but just gives you that extra peace of mind having that softer material. So the left side of this focuses on your accessories, right side carries all the watches. We'll start over here on the left side where we have 3 organizer pockets that go about 2/3 the width of the entire left side. Now you can obviously utilize the full height there, so no worries there, but the pockets themselves are different widths as well. So the top one is about 2¼ inches wide. The middle is kind of your pen style slot, and that one's about an inch wide, and then the bottom's the largest at about 2½ inches wide. So this is where I have my accessories. On the top, we have a bracelet for one of the watches we're carrying here. So if we want to swap out to the bracelet, we can do that. And then next to that, we have a watch tool from CountyCom that's going to allow us to swap those out while we're traveling. So it has a pin as well as a flathead for adding and removing links, which I probably wouldn't do while I'm traveling, but it also has a spring bar tool. And so everything you might need to swap those bands out. On the bottom, I went with the NATO strap, again, for one of the watches in here. And that's just an Amazon one. I'll link to that in the description as well. That did include, obviously, the spring bars to put that onto the watch, as well as a spring bar tool. And so there's a little bit of redundancy there, but I figured it came with it. Might as well carry the extra. It can't hurt to have 2. case you lose one. But that's everything I have on the left side. You can see the right side, they went even more overboard with that protection with this fold over flap. That's ripstop nylon on the outside and that soft plush material on the inside. And that just keeps it from any of this gear over here from scratching up your watches, keeps them completely separated so that nothing can rub up against each other and just flips right up. Nothing holding it closed. It's not like magneted or anything closed, but when you zip it up, obviously it's not going to move from there. So over here we do have 3 watches. These are 3 of my favorite watches in the rotation, so just kind of threw those in there. And so up first we have the Citizen Bryson. This one's in their super titanium eco drive technology. So this one's charged by light in general, not just solar light, but any light in general. And one of the first watches I grabbed when I started getting back into watches. I think really just a classy looking watch. Next up, we have the Countycom DC50. This one is with the stainless steel band, and so there is a titanium one as well, but the DLC coated version is the stainless steel. And so this is probably, I think, the priciest watch I own at around $650. My coupon code with Countycom does save you, I think, $65 on this one. But yeah, really nice watch. Absolutely love this one as well. And then last but not least, this one's probably going to be the most versatile in here. This is from Monterey Watch Company, and this is their Dark Bayou EM. And so love the colors on it. You can see this leather strap, which is again another Amazon pickup, just matches the dial perfectly, and the bezel here perfectly with the black and orange. It's just a perfect shade of orange for that. So that's what I have on there now, but that bracelet is the original bracelet. So going to be swapping that over to this watch over the weekend and probably doing a video on this watch next week. We also have that NATO strap that I may swap on there as well. So both those straps were meant for this watch. Really easy to swap them out. You can do it while you're traveling in probably under a minute with those tools. So really easy to do. The thing I like about Monterey Watch Company is these are all hand assembled by the owner Tim here in the US, and they're super affordable. A lot of them are in the $200 to $300 range. I'm also an ambassador with Monterey Watch Company, so Uncommon BA saves you 25%, so pretty substantial discount code there. But definitely be on the lookout for the video on this one if you're interested in that. Also going to be doing the DC50 probably in the next few weeks. But as you can see, that gets all of our watches out of here. The whole back has that plush liner material. We'll measure these out. They're all identical, but you can just take a look and see that they're all about 2¼ inches in width. The last one over here on the right does feel just a hair smaller because the seam for that zipper is over here, so it eats up a little bit of the real estate. In reality, it's the same size, but this is just kind of taking up some of that real estate, so went with the smallest watch on the outside. Also worth noting, you can have them facing forward or backwards. I had them facing backwards so that it kept everything nice and flat. It tends to bulk out a little bit. If you go the opposite direction, it kind of bends them a little bit because the straps are in the back, and obviously the face of the watch is a little bit flat. But for more protection, you may want to put the face of the watch on the interior, because then if it takes an impact, you're not going to crack that crystal. But that's it for this one. Really simple product, but super effective. The reason I purchased this is after doing the pocket journal video, they actually sent over a gift card to check out some of their other gear. I use that on something that I think has more wide appeal for the channel, but I'm really into watches, and this solved a problem I had recently while traveling. So I ended up purchasing this one with my own money. And so recently was traveling, I was only able to take 2 watches. The one I wore on my wrist, which had to go through obviously TSA and check-in and security for that. And then one that I had like an individual watch case. Nordstrom sometimes gives them to you when you buy watches, they're unbranded. And so I was able to take 2 watches. I wanted to take more, but really didn't have the means to carry them safely. And so this carries 3 watches, but if you were traveling in that same scenario, I'd have my watch on my wrist, so we're up to 4 watches. And again, with this Dark Bayou EM, I have the bracelet, I have the NATO strap, and the leather strap on there. And so that's 3 different days, 3 different looks that you can wear that watch. So effectively, you're carrying or have 6 days worth of watches that all have a different look, which may be a little bit overkill for travel, but I really like having that option. So love this case, super excited about it for my next trip, and really glad I was able to find something to kind of accommodate that. But again, would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, subscribing, or joining the channel as a member. They all help the channel out a ton, and I hope you have a great one. Take care.